Hello, guys. I saw this post on a group and I just wanted to address it real quick. So basically, the young lady was asking, how can I be motivated to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and exercise? Like, she was like, really, like, I need somebody, give me some type of motivation. And so I read the post and I had so many things to say. Here's the thing. First, what makes you decide you want to exercise in the beginning? Whatever that is, you can absolutely use that as motivation. But at the end of the day, you have to be disciplined. There's one thing that we don't really use is the power to tell ourselves to get up. So the same, the same standards we have for our children, right? When we say, no, you cannot have a lollipop for breakfast. No, the answer is no. Right? The same way somebody who's like dying in the woods by themselves and they survive miraculously because they told themselves, we not dying today. So you have the power to tell yourself, we're getting up at 4 o'clock. Okay? That's what's happening. We have the power to tell ourselves that, right? We have to remember that we can talk to ourselves and tell ourselves to get your life together. But here's the thing. If you know that you want to make a drastic change, and for a lot of us, we're not going to be motivated to get up at 4 o'clock. That's early. I don't choose to do that. I have done it. After I had one of my kids, that was really the only time that made sense for me to be able to get up and exercise because of everything else I had to do throughout the day. But this is what you have to do. You make the decision, I'm going to exercise. You put the thought into it as to when I'm going to exercise, what time. If you put all that thought into it, now what you have to do is you have to prepare yourself. You're married, tell your spouse, tell an older child, hey, on Monday, I'm going to get up at 4 o'clock and I'm going to start exercising, right? Because now you have accountability. Somebody's going to hold you to it, right? Think about why you would be tired. Why would it be hard for you to get up at 4 o'clock? What time are you going to bed? How many hours of sleep do you need? Are you getting those hours of sleep? If not, what's keeping you from getting your sleep? Are your kids still up and kind of like doing a lot when you need to be going to sleep? If you want to get up at 4, you need 8 hours of sleep. You need to be in sleep by 8, right? Sounds weird, but what could you do to help you go to bed early? What can you do? Okay, well, I know I need to do this throughout the day. Let's try not to get distracted. You know you got to cook dinner at a certain time or whatever. Know what you're going to have prepared for dinner. Plan out your day. Start making the kids wind down a little bit earlier. Even if they're not in the bed, if they're winding down earlier, that makes it easier for you to take care of you. What do you need to do to wind down? Don't wind down at 10 o'clock. Start your wind down process early. What do you need to do to get to that point? You have to think about all those things. What have you ate throughout the day? How stressed were you throughout the day? Are you managing the things that you're taking in? Are you managing what you're listening to? Are you managing what you're watching? Are you managing what you're eating? All those things play a part in you making a drastic decision to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to exercise. Did you lay your clothes out? Do you already know what you're going to wear when you get up and to work out? Like, all these things you should think about. You should not just throw yourself into it because you're setting yourself up for failure. Think about what you're going to do and plan. If it's Friday, I'm going to start on Monday. You got 2.5 days to figure it out. What do I need to do to make it easier for me to get up at 4 o'clock? Will it be easy? Probably not. Probably not. You're probably still going to be like, good, it's early, right? But you may be like, well, sure, I went to bed at 10 when I usually go to bed at 12. So I actually feel like kind of okay, right? Know that you're not always going to want to get up. But when that alarm goes off, you say, self, we've been talking about this all weekend. We're getting up. When you tell your husband, hey, babe, we're having a date night on Saturday. We done talked about it all week. Saturday comes, I don't want to hear no excuses. We're going on date night. Period. Use that same energy on yourself. Self, get up. It'll get easier after a while. And know that it's probably temporary. The kids are going to get older. You know what I'm saying? If you got a newborn or however it works, it's not going to be forever. So for this time in my life, this is what I need to do. And you cannot be focused on motivation, because motivation is going to let you down. You have to be disciplined. The same discipline you use to not go off on your boss when them jokers is out of line and you're like, that same discipline, you made the choice. I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to get fired or whatever. Make that same choice. When that alarm goes off, say, I'm going to get up because this is what I need to do. Period. Doesn't matter how I feel. This is what I said I'm going to do. I'm going to do. Ain't nothing keeping me from doing it except for the fact that I don't feel like getting up. And that's not going to get me towards whatever goal it is that you're trying to reach. You know what I'm saying? So don't be so committed to finding motivation, because motivation will fail you. You have to be disciplined. You can have your reason, and that's amazing. It's good to have a goal. It's good to have, I want to be able to play with my kids longer. I want to be able to throw them up in the air. That's all wonderful. But you cannot count on motivation. You have to be disciplined. And you can do it, girl. Because if the thought came to you, that means that you can go through it. Okay? So be disciplined, girl. You got it. And if you need help, I got you.